Welcome to the 2021 Golf Summer Series race number 2. Today we're here in Mexico City for the Coca-Cola Made in Mexico 500K. For the first time in Summer Series history, we're here south of the US border in Mexico for our second race of the 2021 season. As 35 of the summer's best drivers get ready for what should be a good one here today at this historic venue. But before we get started, let's take a look at our starting lineup. So on the pole we have Brad Reim, who won our first international race last year at Toronto, and next to him Trey Smith in the 66. Row 2, Keyshawn Richardson and last week's winner Braden Carruthers. Row 3, two rookies here, David Johnson and Reim Vela. Row 4, Jordan Stout and defending series champion Calvin Baker. Row 5, Joe T and Nick Sant. Row 6, Nelson Reeves and Matthew Burnett. Row 7, Hoodlum and Jason Albert. Row 8, Ryan Wilson and Kyle Salmon. Row 9, Dan McTrain and next to him is his car owner, RC Gamer. Row 10, Owen Miles and Brendan Beal. Row 11, Dan Matteillo and Johnny Hernandez. Row 12, Random J and Dominic Payment. Row 13, John McFadden and Herbert Solomon. Row 14, Nargan Scott and Devin Payment. Row 15, Matthew Hill and Ross McTrain. Row 16, Jordan Forbes and Its Movement. Row 17, Richard Herman and Aiden Robertson. And finally in row 18 is Lipsy in the 9. And now it is time for the starting command here in Mexico.
Drivers, start your engines.
Let's take a look at the track info here for today's race. Still going to go 36 laps on this mile-long oval with 0 degrees of banking in the turns, as this is the only completely flat track here in the Summer Series schedule this year. And as for the weather here in Mexico City, 78 degrees Fahrenheit with 6 miles per hour towards northeast. So a beautiful, beautiful day here in Mexico City for a race. And also this track acts a lot like a road course, as Formula 1 and other series use a different configuration of this track as a pure road course. Hope everyone watching is having a good day here so far. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who watched last week's race at Armory Digital, as well as the fastest viewed Golf Summer Series race in history, getting just under 100 views in less than a week. And for our standards, that's really damn good. So thank you to everyone who tuned into that race, and hopefully this race can be just as good. But anyways, without further ado, pace car down pit road. The sellout crowd on their feet, as for the first time ever, the Golf Summer Series is under green here in Mexico City. Great start for Brad Reim in the 40 as they're 3 wide right behind him. And now make that 4 wide. David Johnson splits in the middle between Braden Carruthers and Keyshawn Richardson going into turn number 1 there. Off for turn number 2 and in the back shorter, Brad Reim already pulls away from the rest of the field, as everybody's still 3 to 4 wide here. I didn't know we're still at Armory Digital, but apparently we still are. Keyshawn Richardson pulls away from these group of cars, as now 4 wide for third. Coming out of turn number 4, make that 3 wide, with Jordan Stout down on the inside of the track. Down the front stretch, we're still 3 wide for third as you complete lap 1 of 36 here in Mexico City. And since this is a track where we turn right, the outside lane is the preferred line here, as opposed to the inside in most ovals we go to. Lauren goes in, Matteillo, Johnny Hernandez in the wall. Brendan Beal in the 22 also fall. Lipsy also has damage, as we're already on. Oh, Joe T goes around in the back shoulder as well. Oh my goodness, tons of spins and wrecks happening here, as Brad Reim comes off turns 3 and 4 to lead lap number 2 and take our first caution flag of the day. And of course, this is the second week in a row we've had a caution on lap number 2. Let's take a look at instant replay to see why. So this started going into turn number 1. Matteillo and Hernandez were side by side here. They were 3 wide in front of them. Looks like Brendan Beal made contact with Matteillo, sent him and Johnny Hernandez into the wall. 22 also went for a spin. Narg and Scott in 86, nowhere to go. Let's go on board with Johnny Hernandez here. Yep, definitely him and Matteillo ran out of room. Sent both of them into the wall. You also saw Matthew Hill and Lipsy spin into the grass, trying to avoid. Now let's look what happened to Joe T after the caution came out. Oh, looks like him and Trey Smith made contact, sent the 17 spinning. Jason Albert in the 80 car has some damage there as he hit the 17 on his right side door panel. But anyways, already under caution here in Mexico City. We'll be right with you guys after this. Golf Summer Series merch now available on Animal Crossing New Leaf and New Horizons. And if you're interested, be sure to click the link in the description down below. We're about ready to go back green here in Mexico City. After our first caution of the race, some of the cars involved are actually all staying out on track. As you see Johnny Hernandez for the second week in a row with no hood or front bumper. Currently top 3 is Brad Reim in the 40, Keisha Harrison in the 24, and rookie David Johnson in the 2. Jordan Stout in 4th, and Brandon Carruthers, last week's winner at Armory Digital, makes up the top 5. And as the pace car comes back down pit road, we're back under green here in Mexico City. Once again, a good start there for Brad Reim and Keisha Harrison as they pull away from the rest of the field. Jordan Stout up high on the track there, trying to get past by Brandon Carruthers, but now he's side by side with Nelson Reeves. Down the back straightaway once again. Richardson right behind Bradley Reim. Trying to get a good run off of him here. As Bradley Reim leads yet another lap here. Lap number 6 of 36 this time by. That 40 car has led every single lap here so far. And if you remember when he won at Toronto last year, he also led every single lap of that race. Could history repeat itself for that renumbered 40 team? Keisha Richardson still trailing behind him. Currently a little over 0.2 of a second behind Bradley Reim. There's David Johnson in 3rd, currently leads the Rookie of the Year point standings. Long technically we will currently continue as he's the highest running rookie in this field. There's last week's winner Brandon Carruthers, currently in 4th. Of course, carrying momentum from last week's win, is able to take advantage of it so far. Another rookie here in the top 5, Nelson Reeves in the 16. For RC Motorsports, he's been so far probably the best running RC Motorsports car this year. So definitely so far so good for the number 16 team this season. There's Jordan Stout in 6, coming off a 23rd finish last week on Armory Digital. But he was up front until he got involved in the second wreck of that race. Rain Fela in 7th. And behind her is Winter Street Stocks champion Ryan Wilson in the 8th position. And there's RC Gamer currently 9th, just got passed by defending series champion Kellen Baker. RC Gamer, of course, finished dead last in last week's race on Armory Digital. Of course, trying to rebound from that. John McFadden currently in 11th, carrying the Coca-Cola Pontiac. And there's Owen Miles currently in 12th. One of 2 ally cars in the field, the other being Herbert Solomon. And there's Trey Smith, who actually started 2nd in this race. Has fallen all the way down to the 12th position. And behind him, we got a 3-wide battle for 13th. Kyle Salmon, Nick Sant, and Hoodlum there. Rick Salmon will get the 13th position, while Hoodlum and Nick Sant are still side by side. And McTrain there in the 37 behind the 52 of Nick Sant. Aiden Robertson in the 1 as well. No, Nick Sant nearly got turned by Dan McTrain there down the back straightaway. That was a very, very close call for all those cars in that area. Aiden Robertson, of course, avoided every single wreck last week at Armory Digital. Also didn't miss this past caution as well, so he's doing a pretty good job of avoiding these wrecks so far here in the Summer Series. And there's Devin and Dominic Payment there side by side. This is for the 19th position. Of course, both Payment brothers wrecked out last week at Armory Digital, trying to rebound from that. And there's their teammate Matthew Burnett behind him there in the 13. As Jason Albert will clear the 13 of Matthew Burnett there. There's movement in the 5. Currently in the 23rd position. Jordan Forbes in 24th in that new Nintendo scheme, promoting Yoshi's Crafted World on the Switch. And there's Brendan Beal, currently in 26th. Heavy damage in that car, but he's still continuing. He's actually outrunning several drivers who have completely clean cars, including the 53 of Random J, who's struggling so far in the 26th position. Trying to pass Brendan Beal there for 25th. Behind him is under Pontiac and Joe T. Just got passed by Richard Herman there in the 95, who won last year's opening race at Armory Digital. And there's the other Ally car here, Herbert Solomon, as he's side by side with Matthew Hill. This is, I believe, the 29th position. There's Dan Matteillo there, getting passed by Nark and Scott. Both were involved in that last caution. And there's Johnny Hernandez, actually still able to keep up with the rest of the field somehow, despite having no hood or front hood or bumper. Behind him is Lipsy in the 9, who was also involved in that caution, has no rear bumper in that 9 car. And running off the rest of the field is Ross McTrain in 35. Doesn't appear to have any damage, but maybe struggling with that 35 car. Meanwhile, back up front, going into turn number 1, Bradley Reim, still your leader this time by. Most of your top 5 has remained pretty much the same. On board with David Johnson here in the 2 car, who was right behind Keyshawn Richardson. Brad Reim leads yet another lap here, lap number 14 of 36, as you still have quite a bit of ways to go to the end of this race. Meanwhile, battle for 4th here, Brendan Carruthers trying to hold off Nelson Reeves for that position. Of course, Brito drove the number 16 last year, got a win at 8 Bull. That team has, of course, switched to the number 4 car, as RC Motorsports got to 16. Brad Reim leads the other lap here, lap number 15 to 36. As Keyshawn Richardson gains about a 10th on Brad Reim, as the gap is now down to half a second, as opposed to 0.6 of a second. Another look there of John McFadden, who's of course sponsored by Coca-Cola, which is also the race sponsor here in Mexico City. Brad Reim leads yet another lap here, lap number 16 to 36 this time by. As Keyshawn Richardson is continuing to slowly but steadily close in on Brad Reim, but David Johnson is also right behind that 24. Battle here for 8th between Ryan Wilson and RC Gamer. Looks like Ryan Wilson will hold off the 42 this time by. As Connor Kellenbaker still inside the top 10, with Kyle Stallman not too far behind. Baker Racing having so far a pretty solid day here in Mexico City. As we come down to lap number 17 of 36, almost halfway done with this race. As that time by, Keyshawn Richardson actually did lose a bit of time on Bradley Reim, as the gap's now back to around half a second. As David Johnson did gain a little bit of ground on Bradley Reim, but not by much, as only gained 100th of a second. And as Bradley Reim comes to lead lap number 17, this time for some Golf Summer Series, crank it up. lap number 22 of 36, as we got a battle for second between Keyshawn Richardson and David Johnson, as they both try to chase down Bradley Reim. Going into turn number 3 and 4, Johnson this time with the advantage, but we cleared the 24 for second. And off of 4 looks like he will. David Johnson to second place. But Keyshawn Richardson is still right there. Lap number 23 of 36 this time by. It looks like now Nelson Reeves got passed by Braden Carruthers. Now Carruthers trying to hold off Stout here for the fifth position. Down the backstretch once again. Johnson into turn number 3 for a great run. But we cleared the 24 for good this time. Looks like he will. David Johnson up to second. As here comes Nelson Reeves for the 3rd position. Jordan Stout also clears Braden Carruthers for 5th. As now Braden Carruthers tries to hold off his Spina Bifida teammate in Reim Vela, as she holds off Ryan Wilson for the 7th position. In the 1, Vela up high. Looks like Ryan Wilson will clear her for the 7th position. As now here comes RC Gamer in the 42, side by side with Vela. 2 Summer Series rookies here side by side. As Vera will hold RC Gamer off and tuck into 8th. Kellen Baker still in 10th, with John McFadden behind him in 11th. As we come down to lap number 25 of 36, only 12 laps to go here in Mexico City. Owen Miles also behind as well. As he goes up high now, that opens the door to his Dracoan Racing teammate and Trey Smith as they're side by side now off turn number 2. Here comes Kyle Salmon now in the 36, fellow Ford driver, trying to take that spot away from Trey Smith. As in the 3, Salmon goes way up high on the racetrack. Here comes Hoodlum in the 3 car on the bottom off for turn number 4. Nixie in the 52 also right behind him as well. Ada Robinson still in 17th. Lap number 26 of 36, only 11 laps to go this time by. As Dan McTrain's now side by side with Devin Payment. Looks like going into 1, Devin's on the inside of Dan McTrain here. There's Devin's brother Dominic right behind these 2 in 20th. Matthew Burnett in 21st, Movement in 22nd. As we come down to 10 laps to go here in Mexico City. The 61 of Jordan Ford is behind him in 23rd. Random J behind him in 24th. And there's Jason Albert behind these 2 in 25th. With heavy front end damage to that 80 car. As he got into the 17 of Joe T during our first caution. Brendan Beal in 27th, Herbert Solman in 28th. And there's Joe T behind him in 29th. You can see all that right side damage on that 17. You can also see the damage on Nargan Scott there in the 86th and 30th. Matthew Hill in 31st, Dana Matteillo in 32nd. Johnny Hernandez in 33rd, still keeping up the rest of the field. And I saw Lipsy and Ross McTrain currently 34th and 35th respectively, as they are over 23 seconds behind the leader. On board with David Johnson here once again. Currently in the 2nd position, trying to catch up to Bradley Reim here. Currently the gap between Reim and Johnson is about 8 tenths per second, actually closer to 9 tenths per second as they come off turn number 4 here. This time by will be lap number 29 of 36, about 8 laps to go here in Mexico City. Oh, we got a car spinning in the front stretch. It's Jordan Forbes in the 61. Caution out for the 2nd time here today in Mexico City. As Forbes gets pretty minor damage there, looks like able to continue this race. You may have gotten contact there from Random J into 53. Meanwhile, back up to the front, you see the rest of the top 5 here: David Johnson, Keyshawn Richardson, Nelson Reeves, as Brad Reim comes off turn 4 to lead lap number 30 of 36. Only 7 laps to go here in Mexico City. And this caution may have been the last thing Brad Reim wanted to see, as he had nearly an 8 tenths per second lead over David Johnson. And also one thing to keep a note about this track is that the track crews here, cleanup crews here, are actually very, very quick and reliable, as they're able to clean up the track within like about a lap or so. So even if there's less than 5 to go, the race will not end under caution. But let's take a look at the instant replay to see what caused our 2nd caution of the day here in Mexico City. So this is coming off turn number 4. Random Jane to 53 is right behind Jordan Forbes in the 61. And off of 4 here, the 53 just made contact with the 61, just spun him out. Forbes lightly taps the inside wall there. Again, very, very minor damage to that 61. But he's going to fall down several positions here on track. Let's go on board for Random J here in the 53. It looks like Random, yeah, definitely spun him out. Definitely a good thing that multiple cars weren't collected in that. As they're under caution for the second time here today in Mexico City. We'll be wrapping up guys after this. Next weekend, the Golf Summer Series heads to the Texas World Speedway for the Buc-ee's 350. They'll be live on this channel on Saturday at 7:45 Eastern Standard Time. Currently here in Mexico City, we're about to go back green with only 5 laps to go. Currently, Brad Reim, David Johnson, and Keisha Ernsten make up the top 3. Nelson Reeves in 4th, and Jordan Stout in the 11. We'll round off your top 5. Here we go, pace car down pit road. Fans on their feet for what could potentially be the finish of this race. Alright, so here we go. We're back into green here in Mexico City. What a great restart for both the 40 of Brad Reim and David Johnson. Oh, goes Calvin Baker! RC Gamer on his side. 89 goes in the grass. Owen Miles is the other car collected as we're already back under caution. And once again, a car goes on its side here in the Golf Summer Series. As down the back straight, we got a battle for second between Keisha Ernsten and David Johnson. And going into turn number 3, Keisha Ernsten will clear David Johnson to go back up to second place. And there's Richardson's teammate Jordan Stout there in the 11, also trying to clear David Johnson for 3rd. As Brad Reim will lead the field back to the stripe on lap number 33 of 36. As we're going to have another attempt at a restart to finish this race. Well, let's take a look at this replay for our 3rd and biggest caution of the day here so far. So this caution literally started to come into the start-finish line as they take the green flag. Looks like Rain Vale got a bad restart there. Holds up the 21 of Calvin Baker, and the 42 of RC Gamer just turns him into the wall. The 42 there on his side, as both the 89 of John McFadden and Owen Miles have basically nowhere to go there. Go on board for RC Gamer here in the 42. And Baker definitely checked up that restart. And for the second week in a row, RC Gamer will finish dead last here in the Summer Series. Go on board for Trey Smith here. All that happened right in front of him. Good job to 66 for avoiding that. As we're going to take a look at this at another angle here. Oh my god, the 42 on his side. Very reminiscent of both Dominic Payment and Ryan Wilson's wreck last week at Armory Digital. Meanwhile, we're almost already about ready to go back to green here. As these cleanup crews are almost unbelievably quick have appeared on this track. The top 3, Brad Reim, story leader, Keisha Ernsten back up to 2nd. And David Johnson now down to 3rd. This will be our final restart for this race no matter what happens here. Pace car down pit road. And whichever flag comes out next, either the caution, white flag, or checkered flag, that will end the race. Here we go. 2 laps to go here in Mexico City. Great restart there for Brad Reim in the 40 going into turn number 1. As now David Johnson side by side with Jordan Stout. Round goes Devin Payment in turn number 1. Caution back out. This will end the race. Meanwhile, back up front, David Johnson still side by side with Jordan Stout for 3rd. As there's a through-ride battle behind those two. But there's going to be no answers for Brad Reim in the 40 car as he comes off turn number 4 to take the white flag here in Mexico City. And for a second week in a row here in the Golf Summer Series, the race will end under caution. As you see, everyone who was previously 3 wide coming to the line, able to sort it out here and be single file. Reim, of course, the last time he won, as I mentioned, came at Toronto in last July, which was our first international GSS race ever. He led every single lap in that race. As long as he's going to come down pit road or his car holds up here, he will do just the same here in Mexico City. Looks like Reim and nobody else will have to come down pit road. And here we go. Checkered flag is out here in Mexico City. And for the second time in his Golf Summer Series career, Reim will see the checkered flag and will win here in Mexico City. Congratulations to Reim and Relfan Motorsports, the area winners of the day for the Coca-Cola Made Mexico 500K. Definitely a dominating performance for Reim and that 40 team here today. And this will also be Dodge's second ever win in the Golf Summer Series after winning with Trey Smith last summer at Sonoma. Now let's take a look at the instant replay to see what caused our final caution of the day. So much like our first caution, this happened going into turn number 1. Looks like Matthew Burnett just turned to 88 into the wall there. Pretty heavy left rear damage to the 88 car there. On board with Matthew Burnett. Wow, Matthew Burnett would have gone the bumpers there on the grass. As we got one more angle of this wreck here. And that's a great miss there for both Movement and Random J, as they both nearly got hit the 88 car there. But now let's take a look at the finishing results and point standings after this race. So here we go. Reim finishes first. Again, a very, very dominant performance for that 40 team here today, so kudos to them. Finishing second is Keisha Harrison, the 24. He also brings home Pontiac's best career GSS finish to date in just their second race. Behind him is his fellow teammate in Pontiac, Jordan Stout, finishing third. Also a good run for that 11 team here today. Finishing fourth is David Johnson, as for the second week in a row, will be the highest finishing GSS rookie here in 2021. Finishing fifth is fellow rookie Nelson Reeves, is also right behind him in the Rookie of the Year conversation. Vale also doing very solid in her rookie season, finishing 6th. Finishing 7th is the Winter Street Stocks champion Ryan Wilson. Kyle Salmon, the 36th, of his best GSS finish yet, finishing 8th. Britton Carruthers, last week's winner, finishes 9th, second straight top 10 for the 4 team here today. And rounding off the top 10 is Trey Smith in the 66. And now for the point standings after race number 2, Britton Carruthers still holds supreme with the points to lead with 82 points so far in the season. But rookie David Johnson right behind him by only a single point. And subsequently, Johnson still leads the Rookie of the Year point standings so far in the season. Nelson Reeves right behind him, though, in third, only 3 points back from the points leader. So a good job for a lot of our rookies here so far this season. Trey Smith now up to 4th in points, behind by 10. 5th is Rain Vale, another one of our rookies, currently in the 5th position, also behind by 10 points. Race runner Reim up to 6th now, behind by 11. Jason Albert falls down to 7th, behind by 15. Jordan Stout up inside the top 10, behind by 19. Kyle Salmon, another one of our rookies, 4 rookies inside this top 10 in points. So that will show how much talent this rookie class this season has. He's only behind by 19 points as well. And rounding off the top 10 is Richard Herman, who's behind by 20 points. So next up, race number 3, we head to the Texas Road Speedway for the Buc-ee's 350. I'll be on his channel next weekend on Saturday at 7:45 Eastern Standard Time. Last year at Texas Road, we had about 15 rechanges between 9 different drivers. So don't be surprised if something very, very similar happens next weekend. But anyways, y'all, thank you guys for watching this race. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time.